From what I can gather from this cover, this guy definitely thinks he's hot shit. He's probably got rich parents. He probably gets good grades. Ryuk looks like he's a little bit worse for the wear since we last saw him, you know? He's got some patches, some skulls. Maybe it's just his style, maybe he's just going for a new aesthetic. That's a big ass fucking apple. I don't know if I've ever seen an apple that large. I wonder if Ryuk likes apples so much because he tried one apple and he was just like, damn. Or if he could low-key probably be into a different fruit that he hasn't given a chance. He might actually be a pineapple person. Damn, low-key boy got an ass though. So all along, Ryuk is not a villain. He just misunderstood. He just wants his fruit. If only they had trees up there, none of this would ever happen. Why is he wearing a jacket indoors? Is it that cold? Damn, okay, so we know he lives the struggle life. I might take back what I said about him having rich parents. That is fucking nightmare fuel. This nigga Ryuk needs to chill. You can scar a child for life. You can't just come out of the floor with your eyes glowing in the dark. Yo, look at this nigga. I would not even sit there to be like, oh, hello, sir. What, like, see, this is why a black man can never wield the death note, because I wouldn't sit and ask questions. I wouldn't be curious. You know how, like, whenever you're watching one of those fucking horror movies and you see some creature coming out of the floor and everyone stands in fear to wait for it to be happening? I would already have left the room. I would have sold my house before Ryuk even came halfway out of my floor. He could be the smartest middle school student in all of Japan. Doesn't surprise me at all. I called that. Well, what was his IQ score? I saw the IQ number, 142. My IQ is 125, so this kid's smarter than me. Here's my question, because I see this happen all the time in anime. Do niggas really just got swings at every block? I don't know, swings are fun as fuck. I'd get on a swing right now. I forget that swings are intended for like little kids. Because when I was like a high school student, a teenager, I was fucking with those swings. But I remember back when I was like in elementary school, and my elementary school had a swing set and there were like 2 swings, right? Literally, we would be over here getting ready to start a race. It was on some Hunger Games type shit. You're gonna have to pry my dead fingers off of this swing. By the time this nigga would get here, there would be at least 2 6-year-olds already on these swings, or an angry soccer mom that's gonna pull this grown-ass kid off of it so her little kid can get on the swing. And the fact that he's on this swing and the second swing is unattended, I don't care if shinigamis are coming out of the floor, I don't care if the apples are twice the size of a normal fruit, all right? What breaks my immersion is an empty swing set. That just makes no fucking sense. I'm already mad at this manga because the swing to student ratio is inaccurate. How many people do you think that Ryuk met to give the death note, but they died of shock because he doesn't know how to introduce himself properly? Maybe you don't make your new surrogate piss themselves upon meeting. Or like count that shit down. Don't just be like, ooga booga nigga, like, oh, so he was taking IQ tests and that's how they knew he was smart. But in his actual academics, he was doing bad. But they don't tell him his IQ score, so he's actually apparently really smart and he doesn't even realize it, so he thinks he's stupid. Well, that's definitely the opposite of Light. Light would be like, I am that nigga, okay? I am a god. Why is this nigga having to explain himself to a demon? I would have Naruto ran across the street by now. But who can brag and say, shit, oh, you got bitches in middle school? I got shinigamis in middle school, my nigga. How are you going to tell a shinigami, I got homework? Okay, my room is messy. Did L really win? Because even though he did end up defeating Light, Light is still always going to be a hero in the eyes of the people because he was killing people that, in a general sense, I guess, were deemed as criminals. So he's in textbooks now. He is immortalized by academia, all right? I would major in Kira ethics. In ethics, they taught us that Kira was evil. Oh, god damn it. Fuck ethics class. I'm trying to major in Kirology. The instructions are on the first page, just read the thing. See, that would be my first downfall. I don't even like reading those in-license user agreements that they make you have to read through whenever you open up a game. My mom's on an apple diet, and I shut the fuck up. There's security comment on every street corner now and in every train car. Damn. So my nigga Light robbed the Japanese civilians of their right to privacy. I would be like, fuck a cell phone. I'm about to train pigeons. I'm gonna be like a Hogwarts owl. I'm gonna have a whole ass bird fly in your bedroom. Even though I've watched the original Death Note, Ryuk just sounds like Willem Dafoe in my head now. Wanna use the Death Note, Spider-Man? We're just gonna sell a book of mass murder and destruction. Okay, well, I guess I can't call him a good guy because that's not something that I feel like a noble person would do. Use the hashtag power of Kira on Twitter. Selling the Death Note. Oh shit, he's touched the Death Note before, so he can see that nigga on TV. I imagine this man has a deep voice. So it's true then. This is a chick or this is a nigga with a lot of hair? Nier needs to fucking go outside. This man, he look like he got like a feminine, don't he look like he got titties? Maybe Nier was a woman all along. I mean, $200 billion. Jesus Christ, is there even, who has $200 billion? Is Jay-Z buying this? Maybe instead of trying to buy Death Note, we should buy free healthcare. Yo, Mr. President, is that Trump? He is now forever a canon character in Death Note now. The United States will buy the power of Kira for $500 billion, but Trump, healthcare. Oh, suddenly we got a weapon of mass destruction being on the market on Twitter. And now we have an unlimited budget. Recession, the fuck is that? Free education, the power of Kira, $1 trillion. They printing this shit out, bro. Mr. President, we don't have that kind of money. 2 trillion. We've passed the quadrillion yen mark. What the fuck? Quadrillion? These niggas gotta make up numbers for these prices now. The Shinigami King is calling. What the? The Shinigami King is calling. He's like, whoa, Ryuk, you having too much fun down there. What's going on? Kira's power has been sold to the United States of America for whatever the fuck number that is. To the Americans. I don't know what accent that was. The money from the winnings should be deposited by May 27th of this year in equal amounts to every person with a Yotsuba Bank of Japan savings accounts and registered resident in Tokyo, age 60 and under, as of the date of... Wow! So that was his strategy all along. He doesn't have to worry about the transaction of the money. Why don't I live in Tokyo? Fuck me! Yo, they basically pulled a Mr. Robot season 3 finale. Sorry, I just spoiled that show for you. Everyone age 60 and under. This man just said fuck old people. And he has an account, so he's paying him, so he gets a cut. But he's masking, because like, yeah, he doesn't need that much money, but he's masking the transaction because it's going to everyone. So he makes sure that it gets to him without it being traced back. Genius! Now Kira's reputation has been preserved. He's a god. He wins. Long live Kira. Open up. I need to open an account right now. They're trying to get their, now everyone's trying to get their accounts now. Yeah. Oh my god! Kira confirmed for Smash! A payment to Yotsuba Bank of $10 trillion has been made from America. What if the bank just said, nah? What if the bank keeps it all? It wouldn't be the first time, I mean. Oh wait, so he sold it though. Oh shit. So Trump still gets the Death Note. Don't give Trump the Death Note, please. Oh no! I'm gonna run for re-election. I actually got yelled at by the Shinigami King before I came here. Oh yeah, where did the Shinigami King went? He said, how could you let him sell the Death Note in the human world? So there's been a new rule added. You can do that? That sounds cheap. A human who buys or sells the Death Note in the human world will die. The seller will die when they receive the money. Hey yo! Minoru, he was so smart, bro. He came waltzing into the club, 142 IQ head ass. I'm about to get my payday with the Death Note. He read all the rules, too. Screw the rules. I'm the Shinigami King. If they ain't gonna impeach this nigga, I'll do it myself. Oh, but re-election. Yo, tell me this isn't Trump. You'll die, but it'll belong to your nation. So what's the plan? All right, Trump. Are you willing to make the ultimate sacrifice for our country? Let's see what the author of Death Note has to say. I'm not taking it. This nigga really said, I'm gonna bring Death Note back to take shots at the American president. That's some big dick energy right there. But I'm gonna announce that I've gained the power of Kira anyway. Oh, so he's gonna bluff. He can at least use the knowledge that he got the Death Note as a deterrent to other countries. You have to keep your word, whether human or death god. Don't ever show up around again for any reason. Damn, so Ryu can't even come and warn him because he told him not to. Oh, Minoru just died. The moral of the story is you can't outsmart the Death Note because this Shinigami King can whole ass rewrite the rules on your ass. Aw, isn't anything who uses for a little bit longer than that? I mean, this nigga cheated, but okay. I give props to Minoru, okay? He did the best that he could, and he didn't hurt anybody. I mean, he didn't actually do shit. He literally did nothing. So he's like, I admit defeat. So the one who takes the biggest L in this entire series, no pun intended, is L, because he literally does nothing. The tragedy of Kira, and that maybe if he did this differently, maybe if he did that differently, and that's always going to be a factor, and it's almost going to be like, it's this tragedy because of what could have been, you know, what he could have accomplished. But this one shot sort of retcons that entire element to the series by basically telling you that even if you win, even if you do everything perfectly and you outsmart all of the people in your way, the Shinigami King will come through and change some rule to fuck you. Like, it's not even like a cleverly creative rule, right? It's not like, you know, if you do this, then you die, and then like, it'd be cool. What if a human outsmarts the Shinigami King? No, the Shinigami King will straight up go and just like, you die, because I said so. There's no investment to be made, because you just know the series is essentially telling you that it will always end badly for the Death Note user, no matter what. There's nothing they can do, and it undermines all of the maneuvering and the intelligence that Minoru went through, or even someone like Light or someone like L. Any character in the show, it's like all of it was in the end for nothing. And I guess that can be interpreted as a good or a bad thing, depending on how you look at it. I don't know if I have a opinion on it. I think I'm sort of just objective. It's interesting. I'm not mad at that choice, but if someone didn't like that choice, I would also understand. But if we're talking about just the quality of it, the creativity and everything, A1. It's exactly what you would expect from Death Note. In terms of it being a competent Death Note epilogue, if you would, I would say it was. I would say if that was the goal that it set out to accomplish, that it accomplished that in spades. Would I rank this? Okay. 8 out of 10? I think that's a fair rating. I wouldn't make it a masterpiece, because as I mentioned, it has some flaws. The moral of the story of this chapter is that Trump shouldn't be reelected because he will buy the Death Note for $2 trillion. The Trump healthcare.